What's up, everyone? This is one of my nightly divination rituals that I'm doing, but this is a little different. I saw this method done by a Korean shaman, or a mudong, they call them in Korea, but they deal with fortune coins, and I'm not sure if I'm doing them right because a lot of it gets lost in translation. So I'm going to do a fusion American version of it. It's a cleromancy type of deal, but I've used these coins before, but the thing is, not for this purpose. So I'm gonna give it a try, I guess, and see where it goes. If it resonates with you, it resonates with you. If it doesn't, then it wasn't for you. But I'll do my best to show you everything that's occurring. Sorry for the AC. I live near the woods, so there's a lot of bugs out there, so I don't want any bugs trying to come into my apartment or anything like that. So um, that's why I'm keeping the AC on. So, anyways, we'll get to it and I'll show you what it is. First off, they're just basic brass feng shui coins. This is the heads right here. I don't know if you can see that. And this is the tails. They're just kind of like luck charms and stuff like that. So they're not real coins. I do have larger coins, but and these are my smaller coins. And so I'm casting a thing of 12 of them. So I'll go ahead and see if I can do this reading. And we'll see where we go. Alright. Well, I'm gonna put this aside. What do we have here? I'm gonna give you a quick look as to what it looks like, so bear with me. I know this is live and all, so this is the layout. And what I'm suspecting is that here, so I don't shake so much. What we have is we have two coins here, so I'm going to move these to the top at here. So I'm going to move this one, which is the tails. So what we have to the closest, we have a heads and a heads. Now this isn't an I Ching reading, this is a cleromancy reading, and then we have a tails. Alright, it seems like to me, if we there's like this grouping of all these coins right here and right here. And if we look close at them, we can see that they're all heads. So I am divided as to possibly if this means that there is some element that is going on in the lives of three individuals. So there's three individuals right now, and it is as though one is kind of on the outs of this of the relationship of the two heads. So I think that it seems like almost like a bizarre love triangle, or someone trying to intervene into a relationship that is trying to step into it. Maybe there's a disruption, I don't know. But then there are these people off to the side. When we look, there's like my assumption is there's three there's three tails and a head. So I'm looking at like maybe four men, because in the yin and yang, yin is usually the feminine element, which is the end of the I Ching, the back end. So there's three women, and then there's a fourth, and then this one's out on the outskirts. And then there is a male involved in this group of three women, and then there are five men here. So I think everybody is watching something that is happening within a relationship. Everybody is observant of what's going on. They see that there is some type of feminine element that is trying to enter into a relationship that was once stable by two people. So that is what I'm getting off this. But then if we look into the future of it, I mean, what is culminating out of this particular reading? What can we say down the line? Well, it is a lot of it's talk, a lot of it's discussion amongst other people, but I think it all comes down to the quality of a tight relationship between two people. You know, now this can affect the current. It could either be, but there is a female element in the relationship, or a male element in the relationship too. So it depends on which way that you look at it. But I see people trying to also intervene in this relationship. They're trying to determine whether there is a cause for alarm or a cause for intervention that might take place. But you know, people can only do so much that they can do, and it all comes down to not being involved in drama and the traumas of other individuals, you know. So we all, it might be working, whatever thoughts and actions that are occurring, it is affecting others on the outskirts that do know this couple, that is having some type of, I don't know if it's relationship problems, but it has to deal with some element within the relationship that needs to really be addressed. I think they have the support network that they need, but people are standing a distance because they feel that it is necessary, like I said, for people to do, to manage their own dramas and traumas in their daily personal lives. I wouldn't necessarily say that when the time comes that there wouldn't be some type of intervention, and if that intervention does come, it's going to be a male type of intervention if things get bad. So my advice at this point would be to be clear and honest and loyal in such a situation, to not hide any ulterior motives or intentions, because that can only fuel possible problems in the long run. So You know, you kind of want to lay your cards out on the table, get it out in the open, everybody being, you know, make it a clean break, because you don't want to get a dirty break. A dirty break is like a messy breakup is always terrible. But a clean break, everybody gets closure, everybody goes their own way, they can build their lives. You know, whatever problems that might arise, there is still some type of agreement that is there, like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, okay. So, but, I don't know if many times I guess in America, we allow people to get into our personal lives. So that could be anyone from authority figures to people on the immediate or distant sides of the family. So my advice is to really, like I said, to make it clean and less drama, and everyone to kind of go their own way and such. So that way things aren't affected. But if they want to continue and they feel that the bond and the strength of whatever's there is there, then maintain that, work on it. Like my mother said, because I had a discussion with my mother one time, and I said, people, let's see, people nowadays, it's kind of hard. She comes from the old times, so I mean, she was born in 1949, and she's the year of the ox, so. And my dad was born in 1954, so they come from a time where I guess people sort of try to work things out, but but I come of an age up in the 80s when I was growing up, when I was seeing everybody's parents were getting divorced, and it sucked. So always consider the pros and cons. That's what I'm getting from the reading. Anyways, I wanted to show this off. I've had this for years, but I got this from a friend of mine. He was a foreign exchange student from Japan back in 1996. I shared a dorm room with him. His name was Atsushi, and he gave this to me before he left back to Japan, so it's strange. It's a tea cup, so it's my fortune cup now, so it looks like I knew it'd come in handy at some point. So anyways, like I said, the advice is to make things as clean as possible, adult, mature, and don't make a mess of things, because that's always the worst way to go. So anyways, that was my nightly divination reading for you. And if it resonated with you, great. If it didn't, well, it wasn't for you. But it just depends on who this reading was for. It wasn't for anyone out there in specific, because I had no one in mind. So, but I know some people might be feeling some anticipation with relationships and such, and so it just seemed like it turned into a relationship reading from what I see. So I don't like to do them because they're kind of but work on it. That's what my mom says. There's always a good and bad to everything, a yin and a yang. So do your best. All right, anyways, you guys have a nice night, and Manji, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.